let's go. Oh, I got a phone call yesterday from Brad over at Wapakata.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, apparently the Onion people have been calling him. They're very upset that we're having a golf tournament.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're trying to pull gay ops?
They're trying to do their gay ops. They're pretending to be.
Oh, what?
Check this out. So, like, this is going to sound douchey, but, like, I'm known in this area. So, like, all of.
Before any of this shit happened.
So, like, all of these people, they'll just call me. You know, like Scott and any of these other people, they'll just call me. So Brad calls me and he goes, what kind of morons do you have following you? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, there's just weirdos calling me, weirdos claiming that they're from the news and they're from the newspaper. And he goes, but I know they're not. I go, well, how do you know they're not? He's like, they can't put two sentences together he can't put two words together to form a sentence. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like some of mine. He goes, yeah, they're weird. He goes, they call and they tell me what a terrible person you are. He said, like, I'm not aware. and then he's like, yeah, they say that it's a 2-day tournament and this and that. It's like, we set this whole thing up so that Brad and Wapakata don't have to do anything but host the tournament. We take care of the bookings. They just gave us the tee times from 7 to 9, and we're good to go, and we have everybody going out there. And so he goes, you need to tell your audience, like, we don't handle any of that stuff. You've got it all. I'm like, no. My audience is well aware. He goes, these are just really jealous, angry, bitter people, and they're doing that. He goes, and dude, anytime Patrick and his people call, this is the same response I get from people. It's always, this sentence inevitably comes up. They go, don't these people have any sort of lives?
No, that's the weird part.
I told
apparently
them,
don't.
I said, most of these people are so retarded, courts won't let them see their children. Like, these are really dumb people. And, Brad's just like, well, so it's still one day. I'm like, yeah, it's still one day. He's like, we're still good. I go, yeah, we're good on everything. I go, I told him, if they call, here's what you do. I go, this will really drive them nuts. Humor them, like totally agree with them, and record it and send it to me, and we'll play it. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I said, just record them calling and just agree with everything they say and go, oh, really? I told him yesterday, I go, when they call you, and by the way, I can totally lay this out there, and these people will still call, and they'll think they've got to
try this bullshit.
People are like, Aaron, why are you giving away your secret? No. This is part of the secret. I show you that these people are so retarded that I can spell it out for them, and they'll still do it. So I told Brad, I go, when they call, record it, and as they're complaining, just be like, oh my God, that's terrible. Really? Wow, I didn't know that. I've never been in business with the guy before. Yeah, we're going to pull the plug on this immediately. I told Brad, I go, whenever they call, tell them you'll sit down and you'll give them an interview for the news and tell them that you're pulling the plug on the event immediately and this has really offended you. And then send me the audio and we'll play it on the show. So even as I lay it out there and tell people, they're still going to try. So I'm kind of pumped about that. So I apologize to Patrick and Moody and Carl and all of your fans. You took another shot. You failed a lot with the toe, but you took another shot. You did miss again, but hey, you haven't given up. And that's what's important.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So let's look at it this way. You've technically lost nothing. You're just right back where you started.
Like, you guys, look, if you hadn't called at all, you would have gotten the same result, but there would have been no effort. So congratulations. It's just like, I would be so embarrassed if I was that pathetic that I just follow a guy around to everything he does, and I just desperately try to get it, like, canceled or taken away, and then pretend I'm not pro-gay ops and cancel culture. And then to fail at it, too, it's like, you've got to have some successes here and there. Otherwise, it's just embarrassing. But you know what? They don't embarrass easy. You got to give them that.
Thank Christ these aren't the same people that would be hypocritical and start screaming, oh, poor victim, if gay ops ever happened to them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. They cried to high heaven. I mean, Patrick is trying to create shadow companies because he's scared of getting sued for super tips because people have figured out.
People wonder why I don't want to touch this shit.
Right.
You're like, why don't you use super tips? You'd make bank. Like I got pissed because I had to explain this yet again on my show. So that was like the one, if anybody like, oh, we got to win. We got to rise out of Johnny. Like, I guess it's a win. After I turn off the show, I don't think about it. But this just reminded me of that. Somebody bitched to me about like getting super tips. And they're like, you'd make bank. And I'm like, would I? I don't know. Like, are more people, are there people watching the show right now? They're like, well, I can't donate unless it's in some stupid Twinkie.
Unless I can't donate to a show unless I give Patrick and Moody all my personal information.
Right. And I've been like, I don't trust this. I don't want to do this. I tuned into part of your show last night and you said something about Zumock and, Rage Piggy guy
Zumock
going at
Zumock
it,
and
you
Ralph.
Explained the beginning of it because I was on my way to the grocery store, or on my way back from the grocery store, excuse me, when it was playing, and so you were saying something about like I guess Chad got cheated. Like, and I'm sitting here listening to this. I'm like, oh, thank Christ, never did. Apparently, you have to let Melton access your computer to sign up for super tips.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I get it. I have multiple sclerosis and a doctor's note saying I'm retarded. But do people think I'm literally that retarded? I'm not giving anyone access to my computer. This super tips thing just sounds like the scariest, like the stupidest. Like, oh, I wonder if I could give a complete untrustworthy piece of shit a backdoor into all of my stuff.
Well, now, in fairness, the only reason it takes off, like the only reason any of this takes off, pure hatred of Steel Toe. Like these people are you're like, are they that retarded? We got to remember, Patrick's used to having an audience that is that retarded. If you say, oh, we hate Steel Toe, they'll be like, let me type something in a funny voice. Like the Chad Zumock thing, I think is a perfect example. Chad got his monetization taken away on YouTube. He signs up for the super tips. He bends the knee. He says one critical thing of Patrick on MLC, and Patrick takes away a bunch of his voices and stops giving him technical support because Patrick can't handle being mocked because, again, Patrick is projection. His whole, feel thing, people feel. Bro, we all make you feel way more like the rest of us don't think about you.
You do a reaction show for your entire internet persona, whatever.
I'm sorry.
You're nothing but feels.
Every show you do is you feeling, my man. I'm sorry. So he gets pissy at Zumock. So then Zumock tweets out yesterday and says Moody had to run interference for Patrick because Patrick gets so sensitive and he's such a bitch that Moody has to contact Chad to try and smooth things over. How embarrassing. You're a grown man. And Moody's a creep, too. Imagine a creep has to call somebody to smooth things over for how big of a creep his creepy partner is in their creep business. Yeah, Zumock right here. Moody emailed me today for PR purposes because of Melton. It simply is bad business to take away voice tips and revenue opportunities from me because Melton is emotional and reacts. It doesn't matter what I said about him on a podcast. I always said the super tip system was great once I learned more about it. Bending the knee. After only a few streams, I was one of their top earners. Again, after requesting for more voices that were already produced, he slashed 80% of my menu because he was butthurt. It's simply bad business, and hopefully others see it. I mean, none of you get sympathy from me, by the way. I've been telling you this about this little theater girl for 2 years, and I've been dragging him through the internet and watching him cry and whine about me forever. I've been telling you guys who this guy is, and I've known I'm right the whole time. You can spot a guy just like that. So I don't think Chad's big revelation is anything to write home about. It's something we already knew. What I didn't know is that Patrick is so bitchy and sensitive that Moody has to embarrassingly run cover for him.
I mean, clearly you don't have anything else going on. Doesn't he have a new costume to throw on his dog? I mean, literally anything.